Thanks, and thanks for having me. I don't believe there is a global product. I actually get really suspicious when people talk about globalization. As a company, you may have global ambitions, and that's super fair. But a product in itself is born locally, right? Like it's the child of the environment in which it's born. If you think about one of the most important aspects of product management and inception is personas. When you think about personas, these personas need to be highly precise, right? You cannot have a persona thinking that it's a globetrotter. Like even if it is, like that's for a very niche product, but a person is not global, is very local and attached to the environment in which they live. And the same is for the team creating the product, the global version of the product, right? There's only an initial version of the product that is a byproduct of the environment in which it's created, of the personas for which it is created initially, and of the circumstances that have surrounded its arrival. So, localization is almost the opposite of globalization. I don't know why they use the synonyms. Sometimes you may see a job ad that talks about, globalization ownership as opposed to localization. So there's no advantage to making a product feel global. Coca-Cola is a global brand. I love Diet Coke and I've got nothing against it, but then what they've found a way to do is creating marketing campaigns that feel tremendously local and have that local appeal. So it's by doing the local appeal and getting that game right that you become a global company. It's not the other way around. You can't say, I've got global ambitions, therefore I'm a global brand, I'm going to globalize my product. I think it's different. It's at the source. It's the very reason why a lot of localization programs fail. Globalization programs, whatever you want to call it. It's this the idea of the fact that you can superficially adapt something just by swapping some text on its controls, and it's going to get you to win in the market. And so a lot of money gets thrown into this globalization programs that in fact are just just a project management artifice, right? A global product is an artifice. It doesn't exist as a concept. So what's your level of commitment as a company that, I don't know, for example, is born out of the UK? Let's say you want to go France, right? Like what's your level of commitment? Whenever I'm requested to localize a product into whatever language, I take a step back and say, right, let's take a look at whether we're ready. Is there product market fit? And it's not a very easy question to answer. And that's your first, because whenever the answer is no, but, right, then that but needs to be scoped in its entirety. Like, what does it take for us to have product market fit? And until we have it, we're not going to have this conversation any further, right? So I want to see your roadmap for product market fit, ETAs, and then we can work backwards from there, that arrival, and build the localization of the wording and the language experience alongside it so that you're ready to launch when you are already ready. Until you've got product market fit, you're not ready. But then also because there's a lot of money that is necessary to localize a product effectively, my next question is, how much impact can you drive in the next 6 months and 24 months respectively? Because it's, a market can be very easy to scale, but not going to give you a lot of money in the long run. Or it's going to be harder to get into and grow, but it's going to give you a lot of impact further down the line. So let's have a look at the GP impact and new users impact at 6 months and 24 months projections. Have you got that? Have you got product market fit? Does that make sense compared to cost of actually localizing? And now let's go. To me, it's the only real conversation that can happen before we decide if we're ready to roll on the localization front.